Hey guys, Mr. McSweeney here to help you with the formal introductions. So if you've watched the informal introductions, then you know how to talk to somebody your own age or your best friend. Well, they're going to be your best friend since it's your introduction, but that's using the to form, which we've seen in the different verbs and things like that. So what I'm going to show you is how to do an introduction with the usted form, or the formal version, right? So this is someone who's older than you, or someone who has authority over you, or a grandparent, things like that. You're going to want to be very formal so that you show respect and you start off on the wrong foot, or you don't start off on the wrong foot. So let's kind of look. It's very similar to the informal, but it has a few tweaks, and you want to make sure you get those right because there is a huge difference in Spanish. In English, we don't really have them so much, but just keep that in mind. So in the formal conversation, when you meet somebody, you want to make sure you check the time of the day. So you would say buenos dias if it was any time before noon. That's just like saying good morning, and it's just a nice way. And the other way is if it's afternoon, you say buenas tardes. And that's just good afternoon, kind of good evening. The one that's kind of tricky and slightly confusing for us and us English speakers is if you say buenas noches, and that's good night. And in English, we don't ever greet somebody by saying good night, but in Spanish, it's acceptable if it's nighttime already. But otherwise, you can say buenas tardes pretty much from any time, from afternoon until late evening. And then after you do that, you want to make sure to ask how they are. So you say como está. So if you remember estar, right? That's how they're feeling temporarily. That comes from the usted form. So we're just going to put an A at the end. So it's like usted está, right? So we're going to say como está. The answer is always the same. It's bien. So you're doing great. First time you're meeting somebody, it's a very formal situation. And you're going to say y usted, or you can just repeat the question, como está. Then after they respond, make sure you just jump right into the names. And you can start, you can say me llamo, tell your name, and then you can say como se llama, what's your name, but in the formal way. If you don't want to lead with your name, that's totally okay. Just ask them what their name is, and they'll respond y usted, or they'll just ask you como se llama. Okay. With the informal way, you can say encantado or encantada. You can do that in the formal version as well. So if it's someone that's older than you or you respect them, you can say encantado or encantada for nice to meet you. Another way to say it is el gusto es mío. And literally it just means the pleasure is mine. So just an excellent, excellent way to make a great first impression. Keep that in mind. It's a really just, it sounds beautiful, and it's very respected. So try that one out. Practice a few times in front of the mirror so you don't mess up, and just really make sure that you're understanding the difference between formal and informal, because it is a huge deal in the Spanish culture. If you have any questions with that, let me know, and good luck.